Great, so I get a follow-up on Patrick, and I'm what's between you guys and Rafi's, so thank God for 5 minutes. Okay, like we said, I've been teaching here in Carroll County now going on 12 years, and what's really interesting is several years ago I decided to follow through with an educational software company, but the reason I did that was I wanted to focus on productivity. I wanted to really see what can we do. There's a ton of trends. Many of you remember new math, then the language, phonics, holistic, then we have all the new acronyms, and many of these look for one device to fix everything, to bring it all together. But then you have to look at what does it look like in the classroom. Well, with the teachers, we started off with sand back in Greece, then the chalkboard. Hands down, the overhead projector was the most influential device in the classroom. I'm serious. It allowed teachers to get their lessons done ahead of time and reuse them, and allowed teachers to be more productive. Then we had a computer, whiteboards. We hooked up a computer to a projector, but now we have interactive technology. The teachers have a lot more time to be productive. It allows teachers to spend more time thinking about what they do. But what I want you to realize here is the focus needs to be why. What are we doing with this technology? As I said, I'm focusing on the productivity, and that's where I think teachers are doing a good job with that. Now let's look at students. That's what they have. That's what I used. And then they started to use this. That 3-ring binder is the same binder my kids use today that I use, that my grandfather used. And that's the technology overall that they're using to be productive in the classroom. Look at that classroom there and look at this classroom now. Focus on how they're taking notes. And it's pretty much the same way, one device, paper and pencil. So what I was looking at here is how educational technology works. Lots of people talk about what we can do, and I always throw why. Why do you want to do that? What's the purpose of doing it? Make sure there's a reason to do it just because, well, we can do it. Because then when we started looking at this, we started trying to figure out what's the right technology. 1980s, through the computer in the classroom. We had Oregon Trail, we had Carmen Sandiego, but it was very limited. A couple kids at once, limited teacher professional development. Hands down, this one here blew me away. People said, we should use a Palm Pilot for kids to take notes. Look at that kid. He's taking notes on that. That's the worst way for a kid to take notes. I mean, that keyboard is 3 times as big as his device. So then people said, laptops, netbooks, that'll do it. And that's great in social studies and English. How are you going to type that into a laptop or a notebook? It's not going to work that way. So again, people keep saying, well, what can we do? 2010, Steve Jobs. The iPad will do it. Except it wasn't made for education. Steve Jobs didn't make this for the classroom, but some people said, but we can use it there. And that's where I throw right back at them. Why? What are you doing with it? Well, now come the fights. We've got an iPad. I think it's the Nexus. No, the Kindle Fire. The bottom line is, why are you using it at all? People say you can read books. You can read a book on a book. You can read it on a Kindle. Why are you using it? And then they say, well, we can take notes on it. Yes, we can, if you want to take notes on something even smaller than the paper they're taking it on now. Since when do we say harder to write means better? How does that help students be more productive? And that's really my biggest thing here. What is the right answer? Well, I look at all of these here. Don't look at the technology, look at that end result. Let's focus on making students more productive. And that's really what it needs to be. Teachers are more productive, we need to make them. We need a bigger tablet. We need something where students can sit in the classroom, take handwritten notes and type notes. They take those, and when they're done, these notes get saved somewhere, so they don't just sit on that tablet. When they go home, they're working on a laptop computer. They bring up those same notes, which this works best for keyboards, maybe doing some highlighting, using multiple sources. Those same notes get merged together, and when they're going from there to soccer practice, they can then grab that smartphone and they can access those same notes. Imagine being able to do quick reviews, finger highlights, digital sticky notes. But imagine students being able to be productive anywhere, anytime, on any device, And you can start to see how it's not going to be one piece. It's going to be all of these pieces working in conjunction for a goal. And the goal here is being productive. The goal isn't because we can write on a tablet. The goal is, let's let students work on this anywhere. I'm a teacher. I'm a president of a company, but I'm a parent. And I want to make sure my child, my students, can be productive. And I truly believe the best way is to improve note-taking, and the best way to do that is to work on the educational experience. Thank you.